Well, it seems all night long that Nolan Catholic has been leading with the jab and then following with the uppercut. It's been back-to-back successive plays and miscues by the Saints in the first half. A safety that went out of the back of the end zone, followed by a quick strike to Nolan to have a 9-point swing in that one. And then a fumble followed up about 3 plays later by another touchdown. Money Parks again, a big collision at the 30, but he hangs on the ball this time, and that's where the Saints will start.
Boy, that is really close to breaking. I'm telling you, the timing is just a little bit off, and that's what makes it difficult on them kickoff returns. But when you kick the ball in the middle of the field like that, that is close, and that's the second time that he's been really close to breaking that.
That makes for real opportunities, like you said, Stretch, right in the middle of the field. They get choices, and so does the defense. They have to make a choice.
Back with this too tight set, guys. Do set, and they bring him in motion, bring Breedlove in motion.
1st and 10 from their own 30. Hillman in at quarterback. The handoff to Matlock. Jacob Matlock lowers the boom and is met by a trove of white jerseys in that front 7. Nearly all of them take him down for a gain of 1.
It makes it tough when they're in that bear look again, guys. We've been talking about this all night, but that frees those linebackers up. When you see 72, he is a load. Not be just a manual veal. It's hard to get to that second level.
2nd down and 9. Breedlove in motion left to right. Hillman signals. Looks over the middle. Flush from the pocket. Being pressured. Tosses it. And I don't believe he got it to the line of scrimmage. No flag
yet.
And that was on the pressure, Nane Asare Osafa-Mensah.
Boy, he's got to step up into that pocket. You can't, just because you feel a little bit of the rush right there, you see that big 31, he's got the leverage. And you can't roll to his side. You got to know where he is as a quarterback and be a little more knowledgeable of what's going on right there.
Yeah, you can't step out and back as opposed to stepping up. Get ahead of his momentum to give yourself a couple more seconds to look down the field.
Loss of 2 on the sack. 3rd down and 12. Pocket rolls left. Hillman fires it down, collision downfield, no flags. Pass intended on the play for Money Parks. Pardon me, that's Donche Douglas.
He rolled it out and tried to run Donche on a corner, and he had him. Their feet get tangled. Now, when the ball's high and the defensive back and Donche get their feet tangled, you're not going to see a flag in this situation. No. You see their feet get tangled, they're not going to throw the flag there.
That was just good defense.
It is good defense, and it's a good no call by the officials. Because guess what? We've seen that a couple times this year against the Saints get called.
Another quick 3 and out for the All Saints offense, though, as that narrative continues to weave its way throughout tonight. And there may have been a false start on Charles Sanders in the backfield. We'll see what this is called. Scoreboard watching across the district. Well, right now, Prestonwood Christian and Bishop Lynch are in a good one, as that is called on All Saints. Will back them up. This one with 11 minutes left, also in the 3rd quarter. Bishop Lynch has now went on top of Prestonwood, 26-20, directly within the division of these two teams. Argyle Liberty is all over TCA Addison. That game is now 29-0 in favor of Argyle Liberty.
Kick. I tell you what, T-Love has been rolling to the right and kicking that ball to the right. This time he rolled a little bit to the right and kicked the mess out of it to the left, and he got the overspin. It looked like he's playing a links golf course. He kind of rolled it up on the front of the green and then just kept it right on going.
And there is a flag at the 30-yard line.
Right here, a block in the back. There it is.
Right on Jordan Jones.
And I think he touched it with his foot, actually.
As Jason Curl was the guilty party.
That should be a Saints ball, though the referees didn't see it. Can we show that one more time?
So that'll back up the Nolan Vikings at the very least.
Watch here, as he blocks him, I think his right foot kicks the ball. Oh, no, he doesn't. I thought for a second there he may have touched that ball.
But I'm going to tell you what now, that's a big shift in field position. Extreme. When you go from where we punted that ball from, but that's a 60-yard difference right there in that position.
20 right there.
They'll spun it at the 18 as Luke Macias, who's having a very nice night at quarterback, the senior, who has been haunted by the Saints throughout his career. He's trying to get a little vengeance for the Vikings tonight. 0-3 over the last 2 years to All Saints. Quick little toss out at the line of scrimmage and still on his feet. That goes to the big tight end, Danny Taylor. 6'4", 175-pound senior. Gets about 4 on the reception. They're going quick here. Pass out.
Good job by Donche. He reads and reacts to this. Watch him come flying up right here. They try to throw that little bubble screen outside to the short side. He was not being fooled. Big stop. We need a big stop right here. Get this football back, get back in the game.
Watch the top of your screen here. They got a one-on-one with Donche.
Crowd comes alive. A 3rd and 5. The handoff goes up the middle to Negwa, and he doesn't get it. Gain of a yard on the play, so 4th down deep in their own territory. And here comes the special teams punting unit.
And I don't mean to go back to this, but I'm telling you, special teams is a play in the game, and it's dang important to do the little things. And right there, Saints are going to flip this field position just because of that punt, that coverage, then that block in the back.
Easton Faylor stands at the 45-yard line of the Vikings.
Both Money and Donche going to block these wide gunners. Let's see if they get a chance to return here. And they're going after it. Oh, and he shanks it.
Boots this one, and it goes right in front of the
6-yard line. Now that's a big. That's what I'm talking about, guys. When you don't take special teams as serious as they do here with the Saints, those are 2 big plays in this game that are, if the Saints can score right here, get them right back in this game.
You know, it's funny about special teams is everybody thinks that it's the punting unit coming on. It's kind of an afterthought, so to say. But really, as we see right here, this is really a big deal to get the Saints back in the game. A big punt, an unfortunate block in the back, and next thing you know, it's like the Saints drove the ball 40 yards.
Well, I'd like to see him come back with that. Get Bothwell up that seam again and see if they can hit him on that skinny post.
Almost a pistol formation for Clark Hillman at this point. Matlock, the runner. He gets the handoff. Jacob Matlock churning those legs, and he runs into the scrum, gain of 2.
Now they are not getting it inside right now against this bunch. This bunch has bowed up and said, you know what, you might get it somewhere else, but you are not getting it between the tackles. They are allowing the linebackers to run. The big nose is handling 2 gaps. Got to get back to trying to get this ball outside.
Look where their safeties are. They're daring them.
There we go, outside.
And Clark Hillman wrapped up and thrown down. There is Osafa Mensah.
Yeah, he is a good leverage player. Look how long he is. When you see him right here, watch him play this block and get up the field. Watch his hands right here. Now shed, separate, and go run. That's why Division I recruiting coordinators are on that young man. For crying out loud, all you got to do is see one play to know he's a football player.
Has a loss of about 7 on the play. Make it about a loss of 8, 3rd and 18. Hillman fires it, finds Money Parks, but not even back to the original line of scrimmage. And here comes 4th down for All Saints.
4th and 12. If you got a call right here, you know what? From the 38-yard line, you got to go for this. It's time to go for it. And I think Coach Beck sees that. He's saying, hey, how long is it? 4th and 12. Let's take a go here.
7.5 remaining in the 3rd quarter. A 23-7.
He's going to try to punt him back in there and pin him back in there. Feels confident about his defense right now.
Nolan up 23-7 at this point, and there is T. Love and company.
I got to question this call a little bit. I mean,
well, then I'm not questioning it yet, Chef, because that may be a fake right here. Let's see, and they're staying there. It's probably not there right now because they're staying standard defense.
Nolan just now getting back into return formation.
Nice
little punt. Rolling down, spinning at the 5, and that's where.
Recruiters here. Maybe they're looking at that young man for a punter. I mean,
who'd have
he's
thought?
had 4 punts today, and they've all been unbelievable.
I know one thing. When you can punt an oblong object and get it to roll like he did earlier and then get it to stop right there without doing that flip-flop, good job by the special teams again. Great job by the All Saints special teams.
And we don't want to leave out the coverage there. It's great coverage at the end, watching that ball roll.
6:56 left to go in the 3rd quarter. 23-7 in favor of Nolan.
There's a turnover in the Saints defense. This is the time to happen. They need to get a pick, get their hands on the football, and see if they can get it to turn around.
1st and 10 from their own 5. Megla with the carry, and he is swarmed for a gain of about 2 right up the middle.
They're going to try to run it in there and see if they can they can hit something like they did earlier. Now look at this substitution. They're back to substituting. Looks like they still got their tight end in, 3 wides.
Look for the Saints really to bring pressure here. They're going to go one-on-one.
Actually got two tights, yeah.
2nd down and 8. Ignatius tries to get the Saints off with a hard count. Instead, Megla with the carry, and he is barreled right there at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Yeah, tried to run that draw, and the Saints were not fooled right there. I got to give Brian Edmondson, this defensive staff, some credit. You know what? They were beat up a little bit last week, but they have got a game plan to come in here, and they've done a nice job. Big substitute package again for Nolan Catholic.
Here in the press box area where we call the game, Brian Edmondson and the coordinators for All Saints walked right past us at halftime, and he said, I'm throwing everything in the kitchen sink at him. 3rd down and 6, and that falls incomplete, and Jack Taylor on the coverage.
Boy, he read that slant well, and he sat inside on it. He almost made the, look at him. He's a little mad at himself right now. If he pull that left sock up and get him to match, he might make that play. Watch him sit heavy inside and then drive on this football.
Oh. And on the dive.
Really nice play. Nice play to, you know what, he gave him a one-way go. He had to go inside, sitting outside, and then he broke on it. It's a really good job by that young man.
On the dive on that play was the intended receiver, Irene Cabanziza, and he is still down being tended to, so we'll step aside momentarily and be back. 23-7. Fort Worth Nolan leads. Fort Worth All Saints 5:42 left to go. 3rd quarter of action. Back after this to Fort Worth on Texas 24/7.